start it off. Alright, I think that is switched over now. So, okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the Team Cola podcast. We have a very special guest today, and that special guest is IsabellaVtuber, or just known as Bella. So, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty alright. I've been up all night, so you know,
Yeah,
just a little spaced out, but doing
yeah.
doing good. Pretty wide awake actually, so
Yeah, like I'm probably the less awake feeling, um but yeah, like I went to sleep at like 2 a.m. and then woke up at like
mm.
7 a.m. So
Oh
that's
no.
me.
That's only 5 hours.
I'm used to
Yeah.
I'm used to 5 hours a lot.
Oh no.
So
I either sleep for like 4 hours or I sleep for 12 hours and there's no in between. It's either no sleep or a crap ton of sleep.
yeah, I get that feeling. Like I on the weekends, it's like for me, I'm always sleeping like 10 hours or more, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I didn't really prepare questions because I was just like, I'm just gonna kind of go just off the cuff and just ask whatever comes to my mind, really,
Okay.
and whatever comes to Twitch chat's mind. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I guess one of the first questions I always like to sort of go with when I guess I'm interviewing like a VTuber or talking to VTubers is how did you start becoming a VTuber? Like, where did the inspiration come from? And
Oh
yeah.
no.
That's one of the first things I usually like to go with.
All right. So it's kind of a mess to be honest. I didn't really get into VTuber stuff till like very late like September November of 2020.
Okay.
Um and then literally in January of 2021, I started the process of becoming a VTuber.
All right.
And I had no idea what I was doing, and I still have no idea what I'm doing,
Yeah.
but I'm having fun, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So I started watching this Japanese VTuber that she's well known, but she's not really well known with English people.
Okay.
She her name's like Hanako, I think. Um
Hmm.
and I was watching her play lots of PUBG. That's like the game that she mainly plays is like FPS games.
Okay.
And I was watching compilations of her playing PUBG all the time. And I was
Right.
like, man, she's so silly. And I was kind of trying to study Japanese as well, like as I was watching her, like practice my Japanese.
All right.
Um, and then I got into Karone, but I didn't know anything about Hololive at the time.
Ah, right.
Um, so I started watching Karone, and I didn't know. Oh god, I didn't know Karone was part of Hololive till like
Ah.
June of this year. I didn't know she was part of
Uh,
Hololive, which is
all right.
kind of terrible. But I I really wasn't in the VTubing world or community or anything like that. I
Hmm.
really didn't. I watched VTubers, but I didn't, get into the community of VTubing and stuff. Like,
Right.
I've watched Final Fantasy VTubers like Stall and Spoofy. I don't know if you know who they are. They're super
Yeah.
Final Fantasy
Yeah.
people, so they're off in their own little corner, and I'm not sure if
Yeah.
you know who they are.
Yeah.
But I watched them because they do Final Fantasy, but I
Okay.
didn't really watch them because they're VTubers, right? So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
interesting.
yeah, I just kind of was like, "Hey, I really want to stream, but I also don't want to use camera, but I
Yeah.
want to be expressive." So that's
Yeah.
why VTubing was the thing for me. So yeah.
Right. That's a very interesting way to look at it. Like, it's like people in my community know that I've generally wanted to go down the VTuber route at some point.
Mhm.
So eventually, you may see me become a VTuber.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, because I've always been the type of person that has done YouTube videos in the past. So I've always been on camera. So
Yeah.
I've sort of adapted over time to that. But at the same time, I do like the idea of VTubing, so I'm like,
Mhm.
maybe I'll cross that bridge soon at some point.
Yeah, I used to stream without actually used to stream me raiding in Final Fantasy. Like I streamed it while VTubing, but I
Okay.
used to do face cam.
Hmm.
Like 2 years ago, I was streaming with face cam and stuff, and I was
Right.
doing decently, but I just didn't like being on face cam all the time. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I just want to be comfy and gremlin and stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have to get all dressed up and everything. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, I don't want to be on camera,
Yeah.
but it's not like, go ahead.
Yeah. Like I get that. Like I think like it's like you find what you're comfortable with, and it's like you sort of go, hey, like VTubing kind of gives that bridge between being yourself, but also being a character that you want to be,
Yeah.
and still expressing in some way, and
Mhm.
it's a good bridge.
I also just really like I really like fantasy and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
like I don't know. I like cosplaying a lot, so I
Hmm.
feel like VTubing is sort of like a cosplaying thing for me, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
Cuz
sense.
like I don't really like role play as a character or anything. Like
Hmm.
I am Bella, right?
Yeah.
Um and I don't mind showing pictures of my face or anything cuz I don't try to hide it. Like I
Yeah.
don't mind. I don't have I don't know. I whatever.
Yeah.
So I I don't know. I just see it as like cosplaying basically. So yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Like it's like I think I remember. Like I'm trying to remember like when I first found your Twitter, like because it was definitely a while ago now. Like I
Yeah, it's been a while.
yeah, because like I when I sort of first found out about VTubing was like when I guess like the VShojo VTubers had really
Mhm.
just started up, but this was before they were VShojo. And I think Project Melody was the first VTuber I found.
Mhm.
And then from there I just sort of went down the rabbit hole like most people do. And
Yeah, yeah,
I came
yeah.
across more anime YouTubers like collabing with VTubers.
Mhm.
And then I just started streaming, and then I further dived in to VTubers.
Yeah.
So eventually I came across a few VTubers on Twitch and on Twitter. I sort of started
Mhm.
becoming more sociable there, so I sort of started searching around and started getting recommendations on Twitter for different VTubers. And
Yeah,
yours happened to be in there.
I don't I so how I found like most of the VTubers that I follow is just people started following me after I like posted pictures of my VTuber and like who I am
Yeah.
and my personality and stuff. And then I started looking through everybody who is like liking and commenting and all that
Hmm.
and following. And I was like, who are you? Who are you? Who is this person? What does this person do? And I'm like, let's find out. And I just started following like crap loads of people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Like I think it's like I remember like when I first popped into one of your streams and said hi in chat and stuff. I was like kind of going. I think my impression at the time was like, oh, you're just gonna be the gamer that rage quits and stuff all the time, and and I was just gonna be like, oh yeah, like you're just gonna be the fiery sort of person, just the angry person.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I am in some aspects, but also in other aspects, I very much want to teach people like
hmm,
about the game and how to play the game.
hmm,
It's just I panic very badly,
Yeah,
and
I've
I get
seen that.
very upset very fast
Yeah,
when stuff doesn't go how I envisioned it to go or how it's supposed to go. Then I'm like, oh god, oh no, it's all gone to shit, and I need to go into panic mode and fix this. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's like most of the time when I was like searching for VTubers and stuff, like like the first thing that would catch my eye, VTuber model. I'd be like, hey, that's a cool VTuber model, and then I would go, okay, like how do I learn more about them? So then I'll find them
Yeah.
on Twitch, and then I'll find their Twitter, and then like sometimes on Twitter, like with the VTuber community, I go, okay, this post is kind of a bit lewd for me. Like this is a bit too lewd for my liking, and then
Oh no. Oh no, my
and
post. Oh no.
I think one of the first posts I saw of yours was not too lewd. It was kind of like more on the say so side,
Mm.
and then you dive
And
further.
then late night Bella happened, and then you were like, oh
I
god,
was like, oh god,
what
here we
is
go.
this?
But
Mm.
no, but like I ended up enjoying all the posts that I see of VTubers, and like it's all wholesome to me, so it's like it's fun. But I ended up
Oh,
just
wholesome.
I ended up just sort of diving down and became more unsay so over time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Somebody getting
yeah,
absolutely railed. Oh, it's say
it's
so,
like oh
don't
it's say
worry.
so.
It's love. It's just love. They're showing love for each other. It's
Yep,
fine.
yep. Yeah, like it's like when I started Twitch, I was super say so. Now I'm not. I
I never. I mean, it's funny because people see me and like they see my personality and like how wholesome I am and like how
yeah.
kind I am, and they're like, "Oh, say so." And then like I'll say some of the shit that I say or tweet some of the shit that I tweet or get skeb art, and
Yep.
then they're like, "Wait, Bella, what is this? What are
It's
you
like
doing?" And I'm
it's like the
like,
Kowalski
uh,
analysis thing.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's always been this way. It's always been here.
It's like the more you know.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been here the whole time. You just avoided it.
Yeah. It's like me follows an NSFW Twitter account. Everyone goes, Imperial, what's going on there? And it's like, I'm just doing my thing. Just
Just
ignore it.
just just admiring the art, you know? It's
Admiring the
fine.
art.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
art.
It's all art.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
boundary to art.
No, no. I care about the art, all
Yeah.
of it. All the art is wonderful and beautiful, and it deserves to be acknowledged.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've kind of gone down the I guess the
Yeah.
unsay so the
Yeah, yeah,
unsay
yeah.
so ness.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But I guess we can talk about games or something or anime like
Games, anime, oh boy.
games and
I
anime.
can talk about both of those for hours.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like
so go ahead.
it's like I guess what sort of games aside from Final Fantasy, since everyone knows you for Final Fantasy, what other types
Yeah.
of games do you play?
Other types of games that I play, I really like sci-fi games.
Hmm.
And just RPG. I really like games where you don't have it's really dumb,
Hmm.
but this is how I put it is games that you don't have to play the actual game to
Hmm.
play the game. Does that
All
make
right.
sense?
I
Like
I
you
think
can go off and do a bunch of side shit and you can
yeah.
still play the game and have fun and do
Hmm.
lots of side content
Right.
and you're playing the game, but you're not doing like the main story, you know?
Right. Yeah.
That's those are the kinds of games that I like, just like chill, relaxing games. Because in
Hmm.
Final Fantasy, I'm very hardcore about it.
Yeah.
And this is literally the only game that I play hardcore.
Okay.
Every other game I play on baby easy mode. Please, please
Yeah.
be kind to me. I don't want to get messed up by big monster that wants me to fight him 50 times in
Yeah.
super hard mode before I can get halfway through the fight. I know, no, no.
Yeah.
I'm baby.
Yeah, like it's like my sort of gaming side at the moment. It's like it's been very low key and chill at the moment. Like I haven't been really in touch with my gaming side recently.
Okay.
It's like I like collecting a lot of retro games and I love collecting old consoles and stuff, but
Yeah.
I just haven't been gaming. It's like if I have, it's
Mm.
been like very short sessions, like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of just
Mm.
random stuff. But then anime, it's like I'm sort of diving right in, like, or at least trying to
Yeah.
dive in.
I feel that sometimes, like, it'll happen, like,
Yeah.
I'll go, like, really hard with one, like, hobby for, like, a couple of months, and then, like, the other hobbies will kind of take a break, and then, like, I'll rotate in, like,
Yeah.
one of the other hobbies, and yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I for sure feel that.
Yeah. It's like I recently got into collecting anime figures for the first time. So
Oh boy.
so yeah.
What anime waifus you got or husbandos you got?
So I got a figure. One of the figures I got is a Sasuke figure from
Mhm.
the OG Naruto.
Yeah.
So it's like him, I think, with like his early curse mark seal.
Mhm.
And then I got a Kurumi figure from Data Live because I love the Data Live series.
You gotta tell me what hair color she got.
I think it's like a black hair color.
Oh,
So
is it the one with the black hair and she's got the eye mask and she has this really pretty red dress?
I think so. I think it might be the one you're thinking of.
Cause that's the girl I like. I haven't watched the anime, but I know the
Yeah.
girls, and that's the girl I want to cosplay her so bad.
Oh
I
yeah.
love her. She's so pretty.
Yeah, Kurumi is like one of my favorite characters from Data Live. Like, it's like she's just got
She
that sort
she
of.
best girl. She best girl. I don't know their personalities or anything, but she's best girl.
Yeah, it's like you often see her like with a shotgun, and it's so cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, and I see my friend Zach the Bros is in the chat. So how you going, bros?
Hello.
It's like I think he joined the raid once when I raided you.
Mm.
Like it's like good on bros for
Hello.
doing that. But yeah,
Thank you for coming to my stream that one time.
yeah, good job, bros. Given the support.
Now I am here
Oh yeah,
on
it
this
is.
stream.
It is Zach's birthday today, so yeah.
Ha! Do we gotta sing happy birthday?
I mean, we could do that if
Wait, no,
bros.
it's copyrighted. It's fucking
Damn it!
copyrighted. You can't sing it.
It's like damn it.
Oh my god, that was almost bad. Okay, happy birthday
Yee, happy
to
birthday, bros.
you.
It's like he's hitting on 23, bros.
Hey, that's me.
Yee. It's like we were celebrating his birthday like a couple days ago. So yeah, like we were it's like we like doing a lot of emo themed parties and stuff.
Okay.
So like and a bit of pop punk vibes. So it's like the
Mhm.
Blink 182 song What's My Age Again? Like it's got that reference of no one likes you when you're 23.
Yeah.
So I was just like, bros, no one's gonna like you when you're 23, bros. But yeah. Yeah, good job coming
I
through the stream, bros.
It was my roommate's 32nd birthday this year, and I
Oh wow.
kept making the joke of I'm only gonna celebrate your birthday for 30 seconds because 32nd birthday. I don't know,
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. I loved it. I kept making that pun. It was so overused by the time the birthday was done.
Yeah.
But whatever. I had fun.
Yeah. It's like he can't wait for Thursday because me and my best friend Zach we're gonna go to see the new Spider-Man movie. I'm not a big
Mhm.
Spider-Man fan, but we're gonna go see it on Thursday, and yeah, it's gonna be gold class experience. So
I like Spider-Man, but I like dumb hee hee silly Spider-Man stuff. I
yeah,
don't like super serious Spider-Man. I want the hee hee silly Spider-Man memes because
yeah,
that's who Spider-Man is. He's an awkward boy who's like trying to figure out what the hell he's doing with his life. And I
yeah,
want to see those awkward, silly hee hee moments.
yeah. I just love the
So
memes.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah. It's like more so going because like I heard the new Spider-Man movie is actually quite interesting, and also because a way to kind of get out and do something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I love going to the movies. It's like I feel like you're put in a little time capsule and then you're like sat there and you get like an hour, 2 hours to
yeah,
watch this movie and like nothing around you matters at all because you're
yeah,
just in this little area with a bunch of other people being quiet, hopefully, and watching the movie.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's always a good vibe just to kind of like get out and just sit down, chill,
Yeah.
and watch something with your friends,
Yeah, it's
and
very relaxing.
yeah. I think like I remember when I saw the Sonic movie when it first came out because I love the Sonic series. And
Mhm.
I saw the movie and I was thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be probably a bad movie, just like most video game movies. But I was genuinely surprised. I was like, oh, it was actually pretty good. Like I know that everyone complained about the design in the beginning. I was one of those. Diamond is better. Yeah,
Don't mind me.
yeah. And but I was genuinely surprised how good it was, and the second movie looks even better. Hopefully, it's
Yeah,
good.
I heard a lot of people really liked the Sonic movie because they actually listened to people and their fans about like
Yes.
what they were doing wrong, so they fixed it before
Yeah.
it was a big fiasco,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's very good.
Yeah. It's like I remember when the first trailer came out and everyone was complaining about the design, and I was
Hmm.
just like, me as a Sonic fan, oh, it could have been worse. I
Yeah, I
was,
saw it and I was like, I don't really play Sonic or anything like that, but this is not a good design.
yeah,
I hate it. What are you
yeah.
doing?
But my Sonic fan senses were kind of going, oh, it could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
And then they
No,
fixed the
honey, it's
design.
pretty bad.
It was pretty bad though. And then like when they
Yeah.
fixed the design, I was like, oh, they did something good.
Yeah, I was like, wow, they didn't disappoint us now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, like but yeah, like I guess like Sonic is kind of saving video game movies, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just hoping the
What
games can kind
other
of reach up a bit.
wasn't there another video game movie that
Yeah.
what was the other one? There was another one.
Hmm.
Oh, Pokemon, the Detective
Oh yeah.
Pikachu. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really liked that movie. I thought
Hmm.
it was really cute. I really liked that movie. It was
Yeah.
pretty fucking good. And I especially love Psyduck. Psyduck is great, and
Yeah.
I am literally Psyduck.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
If I were a Pokemon, I'd be Psyduck.
yeah, I wonder what Pokemon I'd be. Like I feel like there's a few different Pokemons I could really fit in with. But I remember I was with my friends one night. I think I was
Mhm.
staying at when Zach was still living with his parents. Like I was staying at
Mhm.
their place, and we were watching the Detective Pikachu movie, and it was like so late, and I fell asleep halfway through the movie.
Oh no.
So I haven't finished the movie still to this day.
Oh, you gotta. It's really the ending is really really good.
Okay.
It is very much a twist of an ending and I did
Yeah.
not really see it coming and it's great.
Hmm. Yeah. Like I just slept through most of the movie.
What do
Like
you remember like what was the last like scene that you saw?
um, damn. I'm trying to think what it was. Like, I remember like I got up to like I think the part where like it's like Pikachu was like talking to the main character or something. And the main character was just like, "Ah, like what like what Pikachu can talk."
That
And
early on?
I think that was the last thing I can
That was
remember.
so early.
Yeah.
That
I
was so
I must have been
early
like
that
so
that
tired.
happened.
I must have
Oh
been like so tired and
no.
then yeah. But yeah,
That was so early on.
I've got to go back and
That
watch it.
pains
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Honey.
Yeah.
I do collect anime figures though. I don't know if you
Hmm.
saw my tweet that I got. They're
Hmm.
not really statues, but they're like plexiglass kind of, and they have like
Ah,
art printed on them, and are on a stand.
I think
I
I
don't know if
might
you saw
remember it.
that
Like I'll have.
picture. But yeah, I recently got those two.
Hmm.
But otherwise I have a crap load of figures. I say as
Hmm.
I look up at the figures. You can't see the figures, but I
Yeah.
sure am looking up at them.
Yeah. Like I'll have to send you a picture of my Kurumi figure.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's such a good figure. Like I remember this was funny because the one thing that always really worried me the most because I still live with my
Mhm.
parents is like they'll just look at my room and go like, "What the heck is this room?" But it's like you can't see anything in the background, but on the corner, like there's like my whole
Mhm.
wall of gaming stuff. And
Okay.
I just remember this funny reaction. Like I remember my dad walked into my room one time and saw my Kurumi figure, and he was just like looking at it, and he was just like, "What
Mhm.
is this?" And I'm just like, "Oh, it's a Kurumi figure. It's from Data Live. It's from like this anime stuff." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Like he just did not understand it at all. And I think he was just
Yeah.
like looking and kind of going, I don't get this. And just walks out
Why the
after.
fuck would you spend money on
Yeah,
this?
yeah. I think that
Yeah.
was my dad's reaction. Like,
My
yeah.
mom is. Go ahead.
That's pretty much it, though. There's not much
Okay.
else to it.
Okay. My
Yeah.
my mom is very much into like anime video game
Hmm.
stuff because all throughout high school, I took her to anime conventions with me because I
Ah.
needed somebody to take me to anime conventions.
Yeah.
So my mom came with me. And my mom's like, "Oh, can I dress up in Renaissance fair stuff?" Because we
Oh.
would go to Renaissance fairs as well. And I'm
Okay.
like, "Yeah, sure. I mean, it'll fit in. Why not?"
Hmm.
And so like she would dress up in her Renaissance stuff, and I would dress up in my weeb shit, and we'd go and cosplay together at
Oh,
anime
that's cool.
conventions. Um, so she kind of has learned throughout the years about this stuff.
Yeah.
And she acts interested on
Hmm.
the stuff.
Okay.
Um, but when I came home from Japan, I went to Japan in when did I go? Early 2020 I
All
went to
right.
Japan. Very early, like
Yeah.
January 2020 I went to Japan.
Before we knew
Right
everything would
before,
go
yeah,
crazy.
before everything happened, right?
Yeah.
And I brought back like one, two, three, four, five, six figures. Six
Damn.
figures. Um, and I had to. My mom's like, "Oh, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's show you." And
Yeah.
my dad's there. He's like, "Yeah, let's see." And I'm like,
Oh
"Okay,
god.
sure." And so I'm like showing them all this weeb shit, and my mom's like, "Oh wow, this girl's so cute," and my dad's just like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "So and so." He's like, "Okay." And then that was it. That was the
uh,
conversation.
yeah.
That was absolutely it. Like he just was like, "Who's she?" And I'm like, "This is her name." And he's just like, All
Yeah.
right.
So yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And my mom's like gushing about how cute they look and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, guess how much this was? And my mom's like, it's gotta be this much. Cause my mom, she relatively knows the prices because she's gone to anime
Yeah.
conventions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's $10. And my mom's like, ah!
Yeah. Oh,
So,
that's crazy. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
I
I think
feel like, go ahead.
it's like I think my parents just have like no understanding of like anime or
Yeah.
video games at all.
Mhm.
Like my dad has like a little bit of understanding of video games, but not a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah.
My mom likes to often when she would come up to my room to tell me dinner was ready or something like that,
Yeah.
or she was going to bed, she would often like for a few minutes like just sit and watch me play whatever I was playing and just
Yeah.
like she would have no idea what's going on, but she would watch, she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So yeah. She
Yeah.
likes video games. She's not good at playing them and she doesn't really understand what's going on, but she
Yeah.
finds them interesting and she wants to learn.
Hmm.
It's just she doesn't really have the time to learn right now, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like I just remember like one of the ways like I would used to like I guess bond with my mum over time, like we would just be watching like house shows and stuff. We would
Mhm.
like it's like we would get like a whole bunch of American house shows. Like just
Mhm.
people going around like fixing up houses
Mhm.
or just like buying houses and checking out stuff, and it was always American house shows. And we'd just be going, oh, that looks cool. And then this room, why does this room look so shit? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just,
yeah.
it's like, what is this? Who designed
Yeah,
this? Like, and
that
yeah,
asshole running the show designed it.
yeah. I think, like, there was like those shows like House Hunters and whatever, like, just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
specifically know this show. I don't like this show because
yeah,
it's just too boring to me. It's
yeah,
called This Old House. I do
yeah,
not like that show. That show is just way too boring. There's no
yeah,
excitement. It's just like, here's how you do the thing. This
yeah.
thing's happening. Here's the solution to it. And I'm like, man, I just want to see the fancy, cool architecture. Like,
Yeah,
this is not for me.
yeah.
But my dad and mom love that show. And I'm like, I can't stand to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. Like in Australia, we've got a couple house shows, but like they're all like this idea of like, oh, there's all these different teams and they get eliminated, and they all have to like design and fix up a house in probably like fix up a house in like a week sort of thing,
Mhm.
and like there'll be all this drama and all this sort of stuff. It's like, oh, this team's arguing with this team because their room is this big and they want it to be this big, and it's like. And it's just like, oh boy, here's the drama, and it's like,
Yeah, they feel
yeah,
like they have to like have a competitive scene when that
yeah,
it's not really necessary to make something interesting. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, oh, this team got this many points, they're eliminated because
What?
they're
There's
assholes.
a point system.
Yeah,
Ow. It
yeah, it
should
was
just
so
be
funny.
based on how good of a job you did. Why you gotta
Yeah,
add a point system
yeah,
to
the
it?
point system I think was based on like they'd have like the three judges, and the three judges would rate the rooms, but then
Mhm.
like you would also have sometimes have the audience like sort of be allowed to vote in, and they would probably just
Okay.
vote and they'll vote the assholes off first most of the time, because it's like, oh, this team
Yeah,
is
I
an
mean,
asshole.
mhm.
Yeah. Sometimes it's funny, but a lot of the times it's just like, I just want to see the house done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just want to see the pretty designs and stuff rather than have all the drama and the competition. I feel
Yeah.
like it's more for people who don't really care about house stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like for people that want drama, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's like I just remember me and my mum watching some of these shows and be like, "Oh, this team's an asshole team."
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they just
yeah.
like to cause the drama, And it's like, just vote them off, please.
I do that with my cooking competitions that I watch. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I am totally done with this one asshole guy. Get him out of here. I hope he gets destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I just
hate it.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I remember the first time I was watching like I remember I watched Gordon Ramsay for the first time when I was
Mhm.
like 7 or 8 years old, and
Oh no,
like
yeah, me
uh
too.
and it was like late night programming, and like I was just watching it, and like I just saw like the one famous scene or infamous scene, however you want to look at it, and it was just Gordon Ramsay going to like all these guys just being like, it's like you fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. And I didn't know anything at the time. I didn't even take notice of the swearing. But
Mhm.
but now I just look back at that scene and I go, that's so funny to me. Like just seeing Gordon Ramsay
Yeah.
going off and
Yeah.
just being like,
Yeah, I used to think he was such an asshole until I actually like saw how he treats people who aren't like pretending to be competent but are totally
yeah,
incompetent, and then I'm like, ah,
yeah,
I see.
yeah. It's like I could just imagine if I was cooking something and Gordon Ramsay just being in the room, probably just yelling at me and stuff, and I'll just be going like,
No, he wouldn't. You don't know what you're doing. As long as you're like, hey, my guy, I don't know what I'm doing and I need some help, he'll be like, yeah, I'll fucking help you.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. It's like still me, the idiot sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love the idiot sandwich. I have an emote on my channel that is idiot sandwich. I
I
love idiot
yeah.
sandwich.
I think I remember one Twitter post you might have put up, and I think it was you just with the
Yeah, I
bread,
did.
just like
There's an asset, yeah. Let me see
yeah,
if I can find it. There's a
uh,
VTuber asset.
yeah,
Wait, what is
it's
this edition thing? Idiot.
idiot sandwich. Uh,
There we
yeah,
go.
there's
We
the
got
idiot.
one side.
Yeah,
Um,
just idiot sandwich. uh, it's like I just can't be mean to people. Like
I
I
can
just
be mean to them if they're being like cocksuckers, for less of a better word,
yeah,
and they're like blowing wind out their ass about how they're so good and that this other person is trash, and then I'm like, I'm
yeah.
not letting that slide. You can get out of here right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna get rid of these arms.
It's like goodbye arms with bread.
I would
Yeah.
like to nom on the bread, but I cannot.
It's like nope. uh
Um,
yeah.
I actually really like watching Gordon Ramsay now.
Oh yeah.
I don't love how he's like, hee hee, I'm gonna cook all these dishes from around the world and make them not how they're supposed to be made, and I'm like, Gordon,
Yeah.
I have very big opinions about this, my guy. I love you, but please don't
Oh,
do this
I
to me.
remember I remember I saw this clip of an Iron Mouse stream, and like it was like some Puerto Rican dish, I think, and
Mhm.
Gordon Ramsay was cooking it. And Iron Mouse was going like, "No, that's not how you do it." And
Yeah.
yeah, and I was just watching Iron Mouse just really
Have a
just
meltdown
yeah.
over
And I'm just like,
Gordon.
"Oh no, Gordon, just don't." Just
You're
don't.
gonna have a little demon mouse come after you. You do not want that. How big is Iron Mouse canically?
Ah, like
Are they like big or are they little?
I don't know. Like it's like I have no idea. Like I just know Iron
Mm.
Mouse like as a VTuber is big, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm like asking like her VTuber model, are they
Yeah,
like
I don't
big or
know.
little?
I don't know. It's like I think
Mm.
people just imagine Iron Mouse as just like a gremlin. Just
Yeah. I mean, Iron Mouse is kind of a little bit of a gremlin, but
yeah.
so
And
I
then
feel like all of V Sojo is just full of gremlins.
yeah, just
all
just
all VTubers are gremlins. Actually, let me broaden that. All
Yeah.
VTubers are gremlins. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like one of my VTuber friends, like Mo Mayumi, is just like
Mm.
just just like Gremlin arc now. Just
Yeah, honestly.
yeah, and
I
people,
cannot. Go ahead.
it's like people for some reason like to call me the Australian Sea Dog VA. I'm the Australian
Mm,
version of Sea Dog. Like
mm.
it's like I don't know where people get it from, but I guess people just put me as the Australian Sea Dog. So I guess I'm a monkey. I guess
No, no, you're not a monkey. You're a kangaroo.
I'm a kangaroo.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
kangaroo.
Uh, yeah. I guess I'm probably a kangaroo. But
um.
in the grand scheme, like people put me as like as a cat boy. So
Mm.
yeah,
You're gonna be a catboy
I'm
VTuber.
probably gonna be a cat boy VTuber. Probably.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll just be a gremlin cat, just like yeah, just me with my cursed image of just me with cat ears.
No, 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 no,
I
no,
won't look like that
no.
though. I'll probably look like
Be
some punk sort of style.
That'd be
Yeah,
great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
yeah,
have the swoopy hair and
yeah.
like yeah, 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 yeah. And like the swoopy hair that like covers one eye. And
Yes.
then you got your like ears, years, and you got like you gotta like jeans that have like chains on them and
Hell
shit.
yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. It's like I'm still waiting for a VTuber design. Like I've given an idea
Mm-mm.
to one of my friends, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they'll have a design for me soon.
Mm-mm.
And then I can get
Yeah,
it modeled and rigged.
I was going through, I was looking at different VTuber designs and what like artists had different artists had designed for other people to use as VTubers or just artists had as characters.
Hmm.
Um and I was going to originally be a lizard girl.
Oh right.
I was gonna be a succubus lizard girl.
Right.
Um, and then last minute I swerved and I'm like, I'm gonna be fluffy cat girl vampire.
Yeah.
Fluffy. Because I just act so much like a cat that I couldn't not be a cat. So I was
Hmm.
like, nope, this is it. Fluffy cat girl, let's go.
Yeah.
So this me. I
Yeah.
designed my outfit myself. I
Oh
like
right.
yeah, I put everything together. I put all reference images and stuff, and then I had my mama draw me a sketch and say, "Is this okay?" I changed some of the dress things because I didn't want to get copyright, you know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, yeah, yeah, it's good."
Hmm.
So yeah, I came
Yeah.
up with the whole thing myself.
Yeah. It's like you came out with the floofy ears and the floofy tail. And
Yeah.
yeah, like
I showed her a picture of the ears that I wanted. I was like, these are the floofy ears that I want. She's like, all right. And I was like, I want a big fluffy tail. She's like, okay.
yeah.
But yeah. And then, this is kind of cringe. I was
Hmm.
like, I didn't really have like a body shape that I wanted. So I
Hmm.
just told her, I was like, can you please make my model thick? I want her to be thick with 2 C's. And my mom was like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, nice.
It's all about the cultured thickness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Like, it's really interesting to see how you swerve from like a lizard to cat. Like,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I just all I knew is that I wanted to have a tail.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be some sort of like animal kind of like VTuber.
Hmm.
I thought about being like a cat succubus, but I was like, I really like vampires and stuff
Hmm.
and all that, and so I was like, I'm gonna do this. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I just that how it
It's
happened.
like just does a 180, goes in a different direction. Like
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I
Like
can show you. This is like the sort of lizard. It's kind of lewd. I don't know if you want to pull it on stream, but this
hmm.
was like the sort of lizard succubus type thing that I had in mind, like the
Oh right.
wings and stuff. I really
Yeah.
liked the bow on the tail. I don't know why I didn't put a bow on my tail. Maybe I can
Hmm.
get one put on later.
Yeah.
But
I might
yeah.
try and switch screens and see if I can bring this up. Alright, I will move to the BRB screen and I'll bring this up.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. I'll save the image so we can then show this. Alright. Let's see if we can get this up. It's like, hello, File Explorer. Give me this.
Let's see. Who's the artist that did this?
Okay.
True pancake.
Okay, I will bring this up on screen. Here we go. Okay. So you guys can't see my webcam at the moment, but you guys can see this cool design here. Like, that's so cool. It's like such a unique design.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
They do a lot of art stuff.
Hmm.
It's
That looks. Yeah.
are links allowed in your chat?
They should be. I think
Alright, let's
it
try
might
it.
it
It
might block it.
worked.
Did it?
Nope, it
Nope.
worked. It worked.
Oh.
This is the person that did that design.
Wait, I
I
will
just
bring this up.
wanna, give credit where credit's due. They had like quite a few scaly designs. They do a lot of lizard people designs. So
Hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
funny because they're a VTuber and they're a
Hmm.
Shiba
That's
Inu.
interesting.
So I think it's kind of funny. I guess they just really like designing lizards. I don't know,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, that's cool.
their art is very pretty. So I almost hired them to make my VTuber, but I ended up not.
Hmm. Yeah, like I'm still like looking around to see who could make a VTuber design for
Hmm.
me or like who
It's
can design
hard
it.
to find somebody that does male designs.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And
Yeah.
I guess it's just because maybe there's a bit more difficulty to it. And like
I feel
maybe
like it's just they're not used to drawing masculine bodies. They're only
yeah.
because they're like, I want to draw cute, frilly girls,
Yeah.
And then they're like, masculine bodies, no.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's like I feel like my VTuber would definitely not be masculine in the sense
mm,
though. It'd be very skinny and lengthy like me.
mhm.
But
I mean,
yeah.
that's still more, it's still more masculine
Hmm.
than, femboy, though,
Yeah, true.
I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because fanboy, you still got the frilly and like feminine face and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and generally wearing like skirts and stuff too.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I guess since I did sort of briefly mention music stuff a bit earlier,
Mhm.
like what type of music are you into?
Okay.
Because
So,
I'm always intrigued by music tastes.
yeah, I literally will listen to anything.
Hmm.
Honest to God, I will listen to anything.
Okay.
What I generally listen to though is J-pop
Hmm.
and the and I also like J metal. I like J metal more
Oh
than
yeah, yeah.
American metal.
Hmm.
And then I really like pop punk or punk rock.
Yes.
However you want to put it. Like
Nice.
Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco.
Oh
That's my
yeah.
shit right there.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Like it's pretty much right up my alley. Because it's like my music taste has really varied over time. Like
Mhm.
when I was like a kid, I was more listening to just mainstream pop music because that was what my
Yeah,
parents
yeah,
would always
yeah.
put on in the
Mhm.
car. And
Mhm.
then my dad would always listen to like 80s, 90s Australian rock music and stuff.
Mhm.
And I was not a big fan of most of Australian rock, to be honest, I will admit.
Okay.
But then when it came to, I guess, my music taste when I was a teenager, I started
Mhm.
off sort of still down the pop lane, but then went
Mhm.
into rap music a little bit because I loved writing rap lyrics and I still like
Yeah,
writing
yeah.
rap lyrics.
Mhm.
But then I sort of really started to get into like just rock music in general and then into metal and pop punk and emo and all that.
Mhm.
And I was pretty late to the emo phase, I guess. I was pretty late to the emo
Yeah,
phase.
I was very late to the. I really wanted to be emo when I was younger, but
Yeah.
my mom would not let me dye my hair. And I was like, man, my mom didn't let me dye my hair till I was a junior in high school. And then
Hmm.
she was like pretty liberal about it. And she's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't damage your hair as much as I thought it did. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, when you're smart about it and doing it right and still taking care of your hair after you dye it, sure, 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 you can dye your
Yeah.
hair. Um, so
Hmm.
I had to like have an education moment about how hair dye isn't as harmful as it used to be and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then
Yeah.
she was like, fine. And I'm like, hell yeah.
It's like,
So
hell
I was
yeah.
very late.
Yeah, it's like I went to my first I think my first or second like because we got emo nights in Australia.
Mhm. I don't know
And
what that is. Explain,
it's
please.
so it's kind of like you go to a nightclub or something and there's
Mhm.
multiple floor levels and they're all playing like emo music, like pop punk emo,
Mhm.
and you're just vibing with a whole bunch of people. Like just
Okay.
sometimes there's bands that would be playing like either local bands and stuff, and it's it's very jam packed. So I've been to two
Mhm.
emo nights in Sydney, and like the first one I went to was probably January 2020, and then the
Mhm.
second one I went to was like literally a week before our lockdown happened in March
Oh
2020.
no.
And I actually fell sick after emo night,
No.
but luckily I didn't have COVID or anything. Luckily.
Okay.
But I was
Oh
sick
my god.
after, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. But
Yeah. That would have been so scary.
I was so scared of that, and I was like, oh no, have I
Mhm.
caught COVID? Like, but it was just, it's such a vibe, and
Mhm.
me and my friends were just like, guys, play Linkin Park, please play Linkin Park, because we're just like, we want to put a song on in respect for Chester from Linkin Park,
Mhm.
and they ended up putting it on, and we're just screaming it out, and just and there was also like the My Chemical Romance song, I'm
Mhm.
Not Okay, and everyone's screaming that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Just, it was amazing. It was a good time. And
Mhm.
like, I mean, we've wanted to go to one again, but at the moment, we're just like, as much as they're back open and stuff,
Yeah, it's
it
not
just doesn't feel
really
right to go
ideal
to.
to go, yeah.
No. Especially because it's in Sydney and it's like,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
an
yeah.
hour out from my way, and it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, we could drive to the city, we could go there for the night, but then being jam packed and cramped in a building with a bunch of people,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the
Not
worst place to
ideal.
be right now.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, like we went through like a 3 month lockdown, like not too
Mhm.
long ago, and I just remember like just being like, man, just I just want to go outside, just do something, and
Yeah.
and it was just like, nope, you're not allowed to go anywhere, not allowed to hang out with your
Mhm.
friends, not allowed to do anything.
Could you go
And
grocery shopping? Like, how strict was this lockdown?
so this one was probably the strictest we ever had, but
Mhm.
we were allowed to go within 5 kilometers of our house, pretty much.
Okay.
So, so we could go 5Ks from our house. We had to wear masks indoors and outdoors all times.
Mhm.
You could like you could go to the grocery shopping, or you could go to like, I guess, anything that's considered like super essential. But
Mhm.
like early on in the lockdown, it was like really vague with what you could do, but then they started just tightening it and going, okay, guys, this is all you can
Y'all
do.
are having too much fun with our rules.
Yeah, because it was like everyone was still going to non-essential retail shops
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people were
yeah.
still spreading COVID around, so they were just
Mhm.
like, okay, we're shutting non-essential retail, we're shutting all this stuff, and like it was just so strict. Like it's like you wanted to go outside, yeah, you could go outside for exercise, but that was pretty much it aside
Yeah.
from grocery shopping. And I'm just sitting at home, working at home, because then our job was like, okay, yeah, you're working from home now. And the only place I could go to was my work site 1 day a week, and other than that I was stuck at home.
Yeah, it sucks because, like, it's funny because even introverts are like, yeah, I don't want to socialize. But then when you're like, you cannot go anywhere or do it, it's like,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
this kind of sucks, actually. Like,
yeah.
I know I said I would be fine, but wait, all my social interaction isn't happening anymore.
Yeah, like early on in the lockdown, me and my best friend Zach were still able to meet up to go
Mhm.
exercising because we were allowed to have one person in the 5K radius or 10K radius at
Yeah.
the time.
Mhm.
And then they limited it to 5Ks because they were like, okay, everyone's still spreading out too much. Limit down to
Mhm.
5Ks. And then it was like, okay, now I can't see my friend. So I was just like having to walk around my local area just exercising to get out and do something.
Yeah.
And I still feel like I haven't health wise recovered from lockdown, even
Yeah.
though it ended a couple months ago.
Mhm.
And eventually, like, governments here just came to the reality like, okay, we're not going to get zero COVID like we had before. Let's just
Mhm.
open it. And now it's kind of starting to open like normal
Yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
everyone's just worried now because case numbers are through the roof.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Case numbers here are through the roof as well, yeah. Because people
Yeah.
aren't getting the vaccine because they're like, no, I don't want the vaccine. It wasn't properly tested. And I'm like,
Yeah.
shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
It was.
It's like here, it's like I've always said to people, like, it's like, you do you. You want to get the vaccine, do it. If you don't, that's up to you, but that's your choice. Don't complain. Like,
Yeah, I have a different view because I'm somebody that if people around me don't get the COVID vaccine
yeah.
and I get COVID, I could
Yeah.
very well die. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you are literally risking not only your life, but people
Yeah.
around you. And I'm like, that's not okay. Like,
Yeah.
if you have an allergy to it, sure, don't take it because that's risking your life. Don't do it. But if you have
Yeah.
no good reason not to
Yeah.
take a vaccine that could save not only you, but people that you interact with, why wouldn't you do it? That you're just being selfish. Uh,
Exactly.
that's how I view it because
Yeah.
I'm scared being that could die. So
Yeah. And it's like the interesting thing here is like in our state in Australia, like
mhm.
95% of people are vaccinated, which is really
Okay.
surprising. None
Mhm.
of us expected to ever get to a number like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
in a population in our state of like 8 million people, only like
It's
40,000
crazy.
are
Yeah.
not
Mhm.
vaccinated. So, even though case numbers are going through the roof again because all the
Mhm.
restrictions have been coming off
Yeah.
and everyone's back to like near normal,
Mhm.
it's kind of freaky as well because case numbers haven't been so high here because
Yeah.
everyone is so used to the idea of zero COVID or low COVID numbers. So everyone's got like this full anxiety going in the community. And
I feel like
Yeah,
also people don't realize they need to continue to wear their mask because
exactly.
even though you are vaccinated, you can still carry the virus,
Yeah,
right? And I
that's
feel like people especially don't realize that.
yeah. Like it's interesting because like after our lockdown, basically they kept the non-vaccinated lockdown for a while longer.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
only like a week ago, not even, they've basically lifted it and said, okay, non-vax people can now come out in the community, but they're still restricted on certain things they
Mhm.
can do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they lifted all the mask mandates nearly. And
No.
and I was like, and I was just thinking to
Why?
myself, no, like, okay,
That
people are
is
still
so
wearing masks, but
dumb.
it's like, wait, just wait before you do
Yeah,
these things.
why?
Like some of these things have come off too quickly for a lot of us.
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like, oh no, like, do we just? It's like, are you saying with confidence that we can do a lot of these things and not worry, or like, it's like, hello?
Are you just like being risky business and
Yeah.
going for it? Yeah.
Yeah, like I get it, like
Playing
majority of
with
the
our lives.
yeah, like I get it, majority of the population here recently got vaccinated,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
now you've got like the new Omicron variant that's come out, and that's already starting
Yeah.
to take hold here.
Mhm.
And
And even
mm,
then, um, it's not only that, but you can. Yeah, which is
it's
like
it's
you need to still wear your freaking mask because you can
exactly.
carry the virus.
Yeah.
Like there's still a pandemic going
Yeah.
on. It's
Yeah.
not like
It's not like it's
it's
over now.
totally gone.
Yeah. Like it's like when it's like when we got to zero COVID here, everyone, it's like they pretty much really gradually lifted a lot of restrictions once they got to
Yeah.
zero COVID. So everyone was a lot more confident to go, okay, there's like next to no COVID out, but then suddenly,
But if
oops,
you yeah, if you start releasing that shit, then it's gonna come back because
yeah,
you're not doing what you were doing to protect.
yeah, yeah, like
And I
we
feel like go ahead.
yeah, it's like we went before the Delta outbreak took over and made us go into lockdown. We went pretty much like 6 months without COVID in the community. Or at the very least, it was very minimal to the point
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah.
could call it like not even a pandemic or anything yet. And
Mhm.
then suddenly Delta comes in, someone spreads it. Oh, hello!
Yeah.
Here's 1,000 or more cases every day. And now we're back up to like 2,000 cases or more a day. And it's like, hello?
Yeah.
Like, put
Oh
some
boy,
restrictions back on.
2000.
Yeah. Like,
America's like fucking 400,000 a day or
I know.
something.
And it's like, I just look at that and I go, how? Like, hello? Like, but at the same time, big
The South,
differences.
that's how. The fucking South,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. And I'm just like looking, I'm going, huh? Like, it's like, what? It's like, what are you guys doing over there? Like,
Nobody wants to get vaccinated. And now it's holiday season, and we're gonna see a
ah,
huge spike in
and
cases.
plus it's winter for you
My
guys.
Yeah, 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 which makes
Like,
it even worse. My mom is like absolutely nobody who's like my mom's like if you're not careful, you're not coming over for Christmas.
mm,
Also, if you're not vaccinated, you're not coming over for Christmas and I'm like,
yeah,
"Thank you, mommy."
yeah, like,
That's how you do it.
yeah, it's like here, like because we're in summer, I guess it's like there's that little less chance, but still very high
Yeah.
chance. And people here are still like, oh, like big Christmas parties, everybody. Let's have a big Christmas party.
Yeah, no thanks.
And like we just recently like had, I think, well, it's like most of my gatherings with friends at the moment have like been always at home, or it has
Yeah, yeah,
been
yeah.
or it has been like maybe 10 people at most. We very rarely have
Yeah.
more than 10 people. And it's crazy because here in Australia as well, like with the pandemic, like all the state borders basically shut between each other, so everyone was stuck
Yeah.
in their state. So
Interesting.
so pretty much it was like Queensland kept saying, "Oh, you've got COVID cases. We're not opening to you, New South Wales." And I'm just like here going, "Just let us come in. Like we're one country. As much as it's like you're separating families as well.
Mhm.
Like because
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Like most states have now opened to each other, but some states are still very hesitant and like going, "No, you've got COVID over there. We don't want you." And it's like people are like, "But we want to just go see our family." And
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
like and everyone's just like, "No." It's
Yeah, so how America did it was if you were we red. Red was if you're in the red, which is
yeah.
what they were saying, like you're in danger, you're having very high case numbers.
Yeah.
If you're a red state, then if you're traveling from a red state into a state that is not a red state,
Hmm.
then you have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Ah,
Did they
okay, yeah.
pay attention to quarantining for 2 weeks?
Probably
Absolutely
not.
not. Did
Yeah.
they tell you when you landed that you had to quarantine for two
No.
weeks? Absolutely
Oh,
not. It
no.
was great. It was funny as hell.
Oh, God.
Cause my state that I went to visit my friend who I was gonna move in with,
Yeah.
um, because I just couldn't take having lockdown with my parents. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I cannot. I'm going insane. I need to leave. Um, so I could travel within America, right? So
Hmm.
I flew down to their state, which was not a red state at the time, but is now a red state.
Hmm.
I flew down and I was like, hello. He's like, they tell you to quarantine. I'm like, no, why? He's like, well, you're supposed to quarantine for 2 weeks. I'm like, what?
What?
Why? I'm like, what is this? This is news to me.
Oh,
What the hell is
man.
going on?
Oh. No,
So,
that
like, the borders weren't closed or anything. It was just
it
they
was
were
just more difficult.
kind of saying it, but not really enforcing it at all because they knew
Yeah.
nobody would do it. So,
Yeah, it's like here, because like when all the state borders basically shut because when New South Wales here got
yeah.
like cases and stuff and lockdown started, every state was like, okay, slam the door shut. If you want to go into those states, you've got to like either quarantine for 2 weeks, or some states would say, okay, we want you to come back with a negative COVID test.
Yeah.
And
How did they do that? Is there like border control along each state? Like, how did they?
I think they basically did a makeshift border control pretty much. They ended up getting
Okay,
police
all
on the
right.
border,
Mm.
and they had like permit systems and stuff. They were like,
Oh
okay,
wow.
yeah, they full on went hard as though like every state was its own country pretty much.
Okay.
and
Well.
it was crazy. And then like there was some places in the country, if COVID cases had started, they wouldn't do necessarily a statewide lockdown. They would do like maybe a citywide lockdown, or like they would try and do this whole idea of calling like a circuit breaker lockdown, where they would go, okay,
Okay.
like some states were like, okay, here's one case, shut down,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Mhm.
shut down like Brisbane or Sydney or whatever because one
Mhm.
case, and then after 3 days, zero cases. Okay, open up again.
Oh my god.
So for some
That's so
states,
chaotic.
it's so chaotic for some states. Like we didn't do that in New South Wales because New South Wales was one of the states that was like, okay, we're going to accept the fact that there's going to be some COVID cases, but it's going to if it gets out of control, then shut down or
Mhm.
mask mandates or something to kind of control it. And then eventually it was like, okay, there's too many cases. maybe we should do a lockdown, and everyone's kind of going, you should have done that a week ago. Like,
Yeah.
the lockdown that lasted 3 and a bit months here was
Mhm.
just like, it could have mostly been avoided, but at the same time, it did give everyone an incentive to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
So the risk kind of gave the reward of majority of
Mhm.
people being vaccinated.
Yeah.
But I remember the time when it was lockdown and I got like my 2 vaccine shots, and
Oh no.
it was crazy because
It was pain.
it was pain because I remember I got my first shot and I passed out on my first shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, because I was the dumb person that was like, okay, getting up, going straight there, not even worrying about eating or anything.
Oh,
And
honey.
I was there with my parents, and we were all
Mhm.
getting our vaccine at the same time.
Mhm.
And I remember they were like, okay, sit and wait for 15 minutes. If you feel good, then go home. But it was like, okay, 10 minutes into sitting down and waiting, I just started feeling really sick. I was just
Mhm.
like, I just started feeling like really lightheaded, and I was just like, oh no, I know this feeling.
Oh no.
and and then basically I tried to call out and be like, hey, like I don't feel good. And pretty much I I pass out, and I'm sort of like half conscious, half not conscious.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then like they take me back to the room where we are getting our vaccines, and I wake up and I'm like, I feel super stiff. I just felt so
Yeah.
stiff,
Mhm.
and I was like pale as, and my heart rate, because I had it on my smartwatch, I could check my
Yeah,
heart
yeah,
rate.
yeah.
My heart rate dropped to like 47 or something. I don't know.
That's too low.
My heart rate
That
just
is.
completely dropped. And
Oh no.
and then they kept me there for like an hour and a half more.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, you need to eat and drink water and stuff. And I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
And then I'm just like, I just want to go home. And
Please, please let me
just please let me
go.
go. And then eventually I was good enough to go home. And
Mhm.
then the next day, I managed to go to work the next day somehow. I had to drive up on site to go to work the next day. Even though I felt super stiff the next day,
Uh.
I managed to get to work.
Mhm. But did you
And
get home from work?
I did. But
Okay.
I sort of felt crappy in the morning, but
Mhm.
by the end of the day, I was pretty much all right the next day.
All right.
Second shot though, this
Yeah,
was
second shot. Uh-huh.
this was something. And
Yeah, it killed me too.
like most people say the first shot kills, but the second shot killed me big time.
I wonder which one you got because
Ah,
here our shots the one that I got, which was the Pfizer shot.
I got Pfizer too.
Um okay, so for
Yeah.
here we're told the first shot only will kill you if you had COVID. The second
Ah.
shot is going to kill you if you did not have COVID.
Ah.
That's
Okay.
how it is here.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
yeah, that's
The
what we're
the
told.
first shot didn't really kill me. It was more so like
You
the
didn't eat,
I didn't
honey.
eat and stuff on
Yeah.
on the day, but then the next day I sort of more just kind of felt like really tired and out of it.
Mhm.
But second shot, like on the day, perfectly fine. I felt perfectly good. The next day, I was meant to drive up on site again.
Oh
Always choosing the
no.
day to go up on site,
Mhm.
but I ended up staying home because I woke up and like I started getting sick in the night. So
Yeah.
I started getting like a bit sort of flu-like in the night,
Mhm.
and I thought, okay, I was pretty fine. Just took some tablets, and then the morning, I was like, I felt really yuck, but I was like, oh, maybe I can still drive to work. And then
No.
and then the moment I got out of the shower, I nearly collapsed out of the shower.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Oh
oh,
no.
okay. Oh no. And like
This is not good.
I could barely walk from my shower to my bedroom.
Mm,
I and that's like not even like probably not even 2 meters away, really.
mm.
And I was just like, oh, and like I
Hit
just
by a bus,
I felt
dead.
hit by a bus dead, and I felt the worst I'd ever felt because I very rarely get sick, and I felt the worst I'd felt in my life. And
Yeah, I get sick a lot, and honestly, the second shot was up there with how terrible I felt. Like, out of all of my times being sick, that was pretty high up there for
like
how bad
the
I
first
felt.
thing I thought was like, is this what people with COVID feel like? And
Yeah, it probably is, honestly.
and I was
Because your
just
body is. So the reason why anti-vaxxers don't want to get the vaccine is because they're injecting a little bit of the virus inside of you,
yeah,
but it's a controlled strain, right?
yeah,
So it
yeah,
has antibodies in it, and your body has to be like, oh, these are the antibodies. This is what I need to make.
yeah,
So it is a little bit of actually having COVID, yeah.
yeah.
Um,
But
so
it's
for
like it's not
me,
active, pretty much.
yeah, it's not active, yeah. So for me, I got the shot at 9 a.m. on a Friday, and
Right.
I was like, huh, I feel all right, and
Yeah.
everything's okay. Went to bed at like 11 p.m. Woke up at like 3 a.m. in so much pain. I
Oh.
was so achy all
Oh God.
over, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to die. I hurt so bad. And
Oh.
so I was like, I need a hot pack. I gotta get I gotta wake up my roommate. I need a hot pack right now. I'm like, please, please, please wake up. I need a hot
Yeah.
pack. And they were so annoyed because I kept periodically waking them up
Oh
like every
no.
30 minutes to get me a hot pack
Oh no.
because I was in so much pain. I ended up at one point when it was 5 a.m., I gave up on sleeping because I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going back to
Yeah.
sleep. So I just ended up getting up, going, heating up my own hot pack, and like
Yeah.
basically like crawling back to my bed.
Oh
Like I
God.
was
Yeah.
doing this hunched over walk of like super, like basically walking like a very old witch would walk, you know, that
Yeah.
you would think like all
Yeah.
hunched over and haggled and like limping, you know. I was dying.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah. Like within, it's
Yeah.
like I like literally when I got out of the shower and felt like I was
Mhm.
gonna pass out something, I
Yeah.
was like, I thought, okay, I'm gonna put myself in the lying down position in the bathroom
Yeah,
because otherwise I'm probably not gonna be able to get up and I'm probably gonna
Mhm.
pass out. So I
Yeah.
waited 5 minutes and I thought, okay, am I good enough to get up? I got up, basically kind of crawled my way back to my
Mhm.
bedroom, laid in my bed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna lie here for 15 minutes, see how I go, and see if I can walk after. And then I got up and I was like, okay, I can move, I can walk around. That's good. And then
Walking's good.
and then and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some more meds. Got some more
Mhm.
meds, and then I'm like, okay. I go up to my granddad, who's still sleeping, and I say to him, I'm not going to work today. There's no way. And
There's no way it's happening.
so then I was like, okay, I'm sending my email off to work to say I'm not going to work.
Mhm.
And like I basically just pretty much chilled the rest of that day.
Yeah, yeah,
I watched
yeah.
some anime just sitting in bed.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
like,
I could barely like I was like half asleep, half awake that whole
yeah,
day, and I just like could not put effort into anything at
yeah,
all. Like it sucked just sitting up was really sucky. Like
yeah,
I just wanted to lay there and do absolutely nothing, and I
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But it was weird because the next day I woke up and I was perfectly fucking fine.
Oh right. Yeah. It took me a couple days, I think,
Oh,
on my
okay.
second shot.
I woke up the next day and I was like, it never happened. And I'm like,
Wow.
that I was in immense pain yesterday, wasn't I? I'm like, what
Wow.
where'd it go?
Yeah. It took
Yeah,
me. It took me like 3 days for me to get
oh
like
no.
the first day was the worst, but then the
Mm-hmm.
second day, the second day I was like, because I was just having to be online. I still
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
really
yeah.
flu-like, but I didn't feel terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I was on my call with my boss, and I was just saying, yeah, I still feel pretty crap, but I was all right enough to do stuff.
Yeah.
And by the third day, I was like pretty much near 100% again.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of slow, but still pretty fast recovery almost.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know. I was fully expecting to be out for like a week and just
Yeah,
like be dying for a whole week because even flu shots like make me feel really sick.
yeah,
Like for a decent amount of time. Like when I get a flu shot, I feel sick for a while.
yeah.
But even I don't know. I just one day of terrible crappiness and
And
my
then just
body's like,
suddenly,
"Mate, you're fine."
it's like, hey, you're good now. It's like, oh, okay.
It's like,
Like what?
damn, that day sucked, but sure, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I was like just watching
I'll
YouTube
take
for
it.
like most of
Yeah.
that day. And I was just like, and then I was like, okay, I need food. Because,
Yeah.
like, I remember on my first shot, the one thing that I really noticed was like after getting my first shot, I was like, probably because I've passed out and stuff, but I was like, man, I need food. Give me food.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just ate a crap ton that day after. I was like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had chicken noodle soup that day
hmm,
that I felt like crap.
hmm.
Because there was just nothing else that I wanted. I just wanted chicken noodle
Yeah.
soup.
I remember
So,
like one of the biggest like I guess sort of memes for me is like
mm-hmm.
everyone just knows me for eating KFC. so
Oh, okay.
so literally after my first shot, I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
what was the closest food place near the place I got my vaccine? KFC. So me and my
Oh,
family
of
were just
course.
like, we're just like it's like, what do we want? Just KFC. Just get me freaking KFC. I'm not bothered. Just get me something. And
I feel
KFC
like
had to be it.
Americans don't eat KFC as much as foreign countries do, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard like a lot of people say KFC is not good in America. Like,
No, it really isn't that
ah,
good. It used to be good. Growing up, I loved KFC. It
mm,
used to be really, really good, but then it all just went to shit. I don't know why.
yeah. I
So,
wonder. Yeah, like
probably CEO management cutbacks on what their fucking products, they didn't want to put good products forward, so
yeah.
fucking
I
we
was
got
talking
shit.
I was talking about this on stream last night, and
Hmm.
I was like saying how to everyone in chat because everyone was just talking about KFC in chat, and
Yeah.
I was just like, they brought out this thing last year, I think it was, and it's like a popcorn chicken slab, and it was like dinner rolls,
What?
popcorn chicken stuffed in the dinner rolls,
What?
and it was like full of cheese
Why?
and sauce, and they put it in this big
What?
slab, and I was just like, what? I remember eating that and dying. I was just,
What?
I was just like, why did you do this? Like, you just, it looks
Why?
good, but it's just,
No! No, it
it,
doesn't! It does not look
uh,
good!
like
Show
it.
me a picture of it.
Uh,
Show me a picture.
I'll
Find it
send,
for me.
I'll send a
Show me a
picture of
picture of it.
this.
I
Like,
want to see if it actually looks good or if you're just going crazy and
I'm
no.
probably going crazy.
Uh-uh.
Like, where is this? I'm sure I've got this image somewhere. Or I will literally find this image
I feel
again.
like you're just crazy, honestly.
I'm probably crazy.
I don't believe that this looks good.
I don't know, I just enjoyed it. But I enjoyed it, but I felt I was dying after because it was just so much. But
I found a good place to put the Discord pop out. So now it looks like I'm actually looking at the camera.
okay.
I had it on my main monitor, but my main monitor, it doesn't, cause my camera's like to the side, so it doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah, it's like I've got like dual monitors, so I'm like having to sort of switch between everything.
Yeah, I have 3 monitors.
Okay.
It makes me a little anxious because I'm like, there's so much to look at.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I love it.
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunately, for the people on stream, I don't think they'll be able to see this, but I will send this in chat, in the Discord chat to you. It's like popcorn chicken slab. Fit. There it is. That's the popcorn chicken
It's not as okay. It's like a sandwich. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Honestly,
yeah.
I thought it was something worse. This is. It's not good.
Yeah.
But it looks edible.
it's edible, but it's just you just die after. You just die.
What is the sauce that's on it?
I don't know. Like some people like put barbecue,
is it like honey mustard and barbecue, or
it might be,
what?
yeah. Like
okay.
But the people could get it with different sauces. So it was something. Like I tried it and I was like, yeah, I mean I wouldn't have it all the time. I'd probably die if I did. But like
yeah, that's gotta be a lot of calories.
Oh god, yeah. Like I was eating that and I was just like, oh, why did I eat that?
Why did I decide? Is that like a family meal? Is it one serving? How is it marketed?
It was marketed like you could get it in that size. That was the main size you could get, or you could get like a family size, which is even bigger than that. I was just like, what? I thought America's portions were big.
Yeah, that is okay. All right.
Like you could get that in Australia at the time for $10.
Oh, that's good. You snack for you and a friend.
Yeah, you could like share it with a friend. Like me and my friends, we shared it, and I was just dying. I was just dying. God, how do you eat this?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like
it's pain.
It's like I love fast food because it's just stuff I like eating, but
yeah, it tastes good. It's not healthy for you.
No.
Actually, fast food is pretty healthy for me because the way my diet is right now, I am extremely low calories and I need more calories.
Yeah.
And I also desperately need a lot of salt in my diet because of an illness that I have.
Yeah.
So I need a high salt, like high fat, not necessarily high fat, but like high calorie diet is what I need.
It's like KFC right up your alley.
Perfect. It's perfect for me.
It's like if you were hanging with me and my friends, like we'd be having KFC a lot. It's like it's like I love how my headphones are like, hey, low battery now. I'm like, oh, lovely.
Fantastic. I really like McDonald's. McDonald's and Burger King are my crutches. But Wendy's has spicy chicken nuggets that I absolutely love.
I wish we had Wendy's here. Like we don't have Wendy's.
Oh, you do?
Here.
You don't have Wendy's?
We've got Wendy's ice cream though.
What?
There's an ice cream place called Wendy's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
and we don't have Burger King, but we have Hungry Jack's, which is very similar. So.
I see. That makes me a little sad because I really like Burger King and I think they're the best fast food, like cheap fast food burgers that you can get. So
yeah,
much
Hungry
better
Jack's.
Than McDonald's.
Hungry
McDonald's
Jack's
burgers
is pretty good.
fucking suck, man.
Yeah, I gotta admit, yeah, like Macca's, like, because we like calling it Macca's here.
Yeah, I know you.
Macca's run, like it's like Macca's is alright. It's like it's not great, but it's like if you just want something cheap, Macca's is your
Mm-hmm.
go-to. Hungry
I love
Jack's,
their chicken nuggies.
yeah,
That's what I like from Macca's is I like their chicken nuggies and french fries. That's all I get is chicken nuggies and
yeah,
french fries. That's all I care about.
yeah.
Everything else is meh.
I enjoy Macca's every once in a while. I used to go there all the time with my friends.
Do they have hash browns there? Does Macca's have hash browns there?
They do, yes, they do.
Have you had them?
Yeah, I used to have them a long time ago,
Ah,
but
I
yeah.
love them so much. They're so tasty. They're so
It's
crunchy
like the
and buttery and they're
oh
so
yeah.
good.
It's like you also get like your McMuffins and stuff too in the morning and
Mm.
like but
No,
also like the
I just
McCafe
get the
menu
hash
though.
browns.
The McCafe
I
menu
just get
here.
2 hash browns and go. That's all
Yeah,
I get.
yeah. The McCafe menu here is there's a lot of variety here for the McCafe
Okay,
menu.
okay.
Like I don't really particularly go to McCafe, but I know there's a crap ton of
Yeah,
stuff.
there is a wide variety where I am too.
Hmm.
I do like the pancakes. They're not great
Hmm.
pancakes, but they're decent.
Yeah.
Um, if I'm going to want something with my hash browns, I tend to get pancakes, like just
Hmm.
like 3 pancakes with it.
All right.
But I also do like the sausage, egg, and cheese burrito. That is a
Ooh.
pretty tasty burrito. I don't know if they have that there though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's like I haven't looked at my Macca's menu in a long time,
Yeah.
but like
I don't know if you have it because it's like a Mexican thing, so like
hmm.
that's why we have it is because Mexico's right there, so they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, Tex-Mex, hee
Yeah,
hee.
it's interesting because here, like, there's a huge variety now of of like different takeaway places here. Like, you've got
Mhm.
like the main ones like Macca's, KFC, Domino's Pizza,
Mhm.
Pizza Hut, like
Mhm.
Subway,
Yeah.
bloody, like you've got everything. But then you've also got a lot of places coming up. Like, you've got, I think there's like a place called Mad Mex or something, and
Okay.
there's also Guzman and Gomez, which is another like sort of Mexican
Never
inspired.
heard of that in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, those two have started up. There's also a
Mhm.
lot of like kebab places, like lots of Korean chicken places starting up.
Mhm.
There's so much variety coming in now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I tried like Korean chicken before the lockdown and I loved it. Korean chicken
I've
was
always
amazing.
wanted to try Korean fried chicken. Oh my god.
Oh,
That is when I go back to Japan, that is a big to do is to try Korean fried
ooh,
chicken. I
yeah.
absolutely need to.
It's like if you
I
ever come to
hear that it's
Australia,
like the
I
best.
if you ever come to Australia, I will take you to a Korean place.
Thank you.
Like you'll enjoy it. It's like we went to this place and you get like a crap ton of Korean chicken like in this big ass sort of plate and it
Mhm.
was like $30 and you get this
Yeah,
crap ton. And I was like, how do you eat this? There's so much of it. But we ended up
because
having to
it's
take some of
so
it
good.
home.
That's how you eat it all.
Yeah. Like it's more like you got to have two people eat it.
Mhm.
Like but I just grabbed this crap ton for myself and I'm like, "Oh god." Like
Did
I've got
you
a photo on my
finish
inst.
it?
No,
Did you eat
I
it
couldn't
all?
finish it, but I saved it and I ate the rest of it like the next day, sort of
Mm.
thing. Because I was like,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
But like on my Instagram, I've got a photo of the Korean chicken.
Okay. Do you
It's
deal with spice very well? Was it spicy?
there is a spicy option, and my
Mhm.
granddad loves spicy food. Like he loves Thai food and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can't deal with spiciness. I don't
Oh
know why. Like, I
no.
remember one time I had like some. I remember when my granddad bought me like some spicy nuggets one time,
Mhm.
and I ate like a couple nuggets and I was just dying. I was,
Oh no.
I was like going like
Like
water, please.
sweating.
I was like yes. I was like water, please, and
Yeah.
and I'm just like no. Like it's like I want to
Get
deal
me
with
out of
spicy food
here.
better,
Yeah.
but I really want to deal
Mm.
with it better.
I love spicy food and I
Hmm.
deal with it very well. It doesn't even upset. I have very bad tummy issues,
Hmm.
but even So obviously because of the acid that is in it, it's gonna upset my stomach a little bit
Yeah,
because of what's wrong with my stomach.
yeah.
Um, but it doesn't upset it in a way of I'm having indigestion or anything like
Mm,
that. Like I can deal with it perfectly fine, and
yeah,
I absolutely love it. It's so funny because I know so many people who can't deal with spicy
yeah.
stuff because it just and I'm sitting here with like digestive issues and I'm like hee shoveling the salsa in my mouth like
Yeah.
eating jalapeno, like raw jalapenos,
Oh man.
chomping down on them. Like, yeah, what's the
Uh,
issue,
I'd
buddy?
I'd be watching and dying, just go like, how? Just why?
I
Like,
love spicy food so much. Oh, it makes me so
uh,
happy. I
uh,
absolutely love it. And I'm very happy. I live on the border of Mexico,
mm,
basically. And
wow.
I'm very happy because I am blessed with lots of Mexican restaurants with like mom
Yeah.
and pop run, that are
Ah,
very authentic and stuff.
that's
And I am
awesome.
so happy.
Yeah,
Lots of spicy food.
it's like my area because like it's so culturally diverse, like
Hmm.
because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like we've got like so many different communities of people. It's like,
Hmm.
but like you just have like Asian food places, Lebanese food places, like
Oh,
there's
even Lebanese. I've never
yeah,
had Lebanese.
yeah, like that. We've got like an El Jana,
Hmm.
and it's like just like Lebanese chicken and stuff. It's so good.
Hmm.
Like it's like
What is it exactly?
so I know like I know more on the chicken aspect. So it's like
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Go
so
ahead.
pretty much you've got like charcoal chicken basically, and
That sounds so tasty.
it's so good. Like, and because one of my friends is Lebanese as well, so
Hmm.
like
Okay,
at some of
okay.
his birthdays we've had like Lebanese chicken, so we'd have the charcoal
Hmm.
chicken, and you also have like your normal sort of chicken as well, like your tender
Hmm.
chicken and stuff, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's so good. Like,
Nah,
it's
man,
got
I
like a
want the
nice
heckin'
charcoal
charcoal
chase.
chicken. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
it's amazing, and yeah, it's just crazy the amount of cool stuff you get here, like Asian food, Lebanese food. It's like you name
I
it, you'll
have
probably
like,
find it.
hmm I have like, So back where I used to live, I recently moved. I moved
Okay.
here where I live
Hmm.
last year in
Hmm.
September. Well, I moved at the end of 2020
Hmm.
in September.
Okay.
So I've lived here for about a year.
Hmm.
Um and I I like it here and I like the
Hmm.
restaurants here. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I miss my Italian bakeries and my Polish
Ah.
delis and all that shit because
Yeah.
here it's just Mexican food and that's all you have. And like at
Yeah.
least where I used to live, there was some semblance of Asian stuff. Like there's a
Yeah.
Japanese market that I really
Ooh.
love to go to, and they would make their own karage
Hmm.
and their own gyoza, and
Right.
I loved it. I was so happy.
Hmm.
Um and they had lots of great snacks and stuff and I loved
Hmm.
going there. But here it's just Mexican stuff
Yeah.
and one Thai restaurant, and
Uh.
then that's and then there's one Vietnamese restaurant and
Okay.
that's it. And I'm
Wow.
like, what do I do? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, please, you're driving me crazy. I found recently there's a Polish restaurant too.
Ah.
I don't love their pierogies, so I'm a little sad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what a pierogi is.
I don't honestly know. I
It's a
don't.
Polish dumpling. It's a Polish
Oh.
dumpling.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just have it boiled or you
Hmm.
can fry it. Fried is so much better. You want it
Oh
fucking
yes.
fried.
Fry that shit.
Yeah, getting it fried is so much better. Yeah, you just like pan fry it. It's not like you deep fry it or anything. You just pan
Yeah.
fry it, but it's so much better than just boiled.
Yeah.
Um, but they make a really good hunter's stew, which is like a tomato and sauerkraut like sauce, kind
Hmm.
of.
Okay.
And it has a bunch of different meats in it, and it's
Hmm.
very, very tasty. Um,
Yeah.
But otherwise, I am starved for Italian food. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
please. So I'm flying back home for Christmas on the 22nd. So I'm like, I cannot wait for the Italian bakeries. Like,
Yes.
I am hitting them up next day that I get there because I arrive at midnight. So next day I'm waking up and I am going.
Yeah.
I'm buying all the cookies and bread, please.
Yes. Yeah. Like the one thing
I
you
am
won't
so
find,
sad.
the
Mhm.
one thing you probably won't find is like, because like I know you're mentioning like Polish
Mhm.
dishes and stuff. You probably won't
Yeah.
find a lot of that stuff here, but
Yeah.
you'll definitely find Italian stuff here because there's a
Mhm.
big Italian community here too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Italian, Greek, like
Yeah,
huge
I
community here.
miss Italian food, man. I just want some good like actual pizza, you
Oh
know? Like
yes.
I just want actual fucking pizza. I don't want to have to buy fast food
Yeah.
pizza. I just want pizza.
It's like one food I love a lot. I do love making pastas. I will admit I love making
Mhm.
pasta, but I'm very
Have you ever
simple.
made like fresh pasta?
No, I've never
Have you
done it.
ever
But
fresh if you can get a pasta machine, like just like a little like
oh yes.
attach it on the side of your counter or something, pasta machine, fresh pasta is so tasty. It
Oh
is
okay.
hecking amazing. And it only
Yeah.
takes like 2 seconds to boil it and then it's ready to go. It is
Yeah.
so hecking
It's like
tasty if you can ever manage to somehow get fresh pasta. It is amazing.
my pasta that I make is very much similar to a mac and cheese, pretty much.
Okay, okay.
I just love
Mhm.
making like a mac and cheese sort of style
Yeah,
pasta.
I love making mac and cheese too. I don't think you were following me when I was like trying to perfect my mac and
I
cheese
don't think I
recipe that I
was,
was
no.
doing. Yeah, I kept posting pictures of like different mac and cheeses that I was trying and doing.
It's like
Um,
what I would do with mine
mhm,
is like
mhm,
it's like I'd cut up like I'd have like bacon,
mhm,
cheese. Like sometimes I would add like maybe if I've got like any sort of leftover fried chicken or stuff, I'll just
mhm.
add that in,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's just like a very simple easy dish just to go, okay, I've got
Yeah.
something to eat. It tastes good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like
I am a big try hard, so I was like making a bechamel sauce. I don't know if you know what that is.
yeah, I don't.
Okay, I don't mind if you say that you don't. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get angry with you. So a bechamel
uh,
sauce is like a white sauce.
oh,
So
okay.
it's lots of butter, and then
Hmm.
you add flour as a thickener, and you like
Oh,
whisk it till the flour is cooked, and then you add cream, and then that's a
wow.
bechamel sauce. Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that's
very very easy to do, and it's perfect for like mac and cheese, like really any creamy pasta dish.
ooh.
Alfredo is like a bechamel sauce. That's what you
Okay.
do. Um,
Nice.
it's a very easy sauce base. And
Hmm.
once you know how to do that, like a lot of sauce possibilities open up.
Hmm.
Um, so I would make a bechamel sauce, add cheddar cheese and
Okay.
Fontega cheese.
Nice.
Fontega is like a weaker cheddar. It's very
Ah.
creamy as opposed to sharp.
Hmm.
And then I would add a lot of cracked pepper. Like I had coarsely ground the pepper. So
Hmm.
it's just like, so it's still chunky. So when you bite into it, you get a pepper taste to cut through the cream and stuff.
Nice.
Um, and then I would top it, and the cream and stuff, I would steep rosemary and thyme in it.
Hmm.
And then I'd add a topping of breadcrumbs with chopped up fresh rosemary and panko breadcrumbs on top.
Wow.
Very, very fancy. I really like cooking, so like I
Yeah.
go all out when I cook stuff. So
So you'll have to teach me
yeah.
your ways. I
Happily, I love teaching people. I absolutely love teaching people how to cook and just how to do things and how to help themselves. I
hmm.
love teaching people stuff. I love helping people. So
like I it's like It's like I'm just a simple man. Like I'm just like it's like pasta, cool. Like if I'm not bothered, take
Mhm.
away. Or it's like just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but like I do love my steaks as well. I love my
Mm.
steaks. It's like I have not had a really good home steak in a long time because
Mm. Do you
just
have a grill or?
it's like we loved barbecuing our steaks
Mhm.
and it's like the worst part is like it seems like in the last few years getting a good steak to cook is so difficult here for some reason.
Like the meat quality is
The meat
bad
like it's like
or?
either the meat quality like or the taste
Mm.
it's just not there.
Mm.
But
Okay.
anytime I go to like a pub or something, they have a brilliant steak. And I'm just like I have to go to the pub just to get a good steak.
I
Like
wonder if
I just
I don't know. I wonder if like there's something with how the farms are feeding the cattle
yeah,
or if it's like a way that you're seasoning it. So,
yeah.
especially a good steak tip that I learned is that you have to, if you don't put a marinade on the steak, you at
Mm,
least have to salt the steak like an hour before you cook it so then the
yeah,
salt seeps into the meat. Yeah.
yeah.
Um but other than that, I don't really know that much about cooking steak. I wish I did, but I
Yeah.
really only pan fry steak because I don't
Ah,
have a
yeah.
grill and it's so I really want a grill so bad. I
Yeah.
want a charcoal grill
Oh,
so
yes.
bad.
I
I
remember
uh
I remember this time me and one of my friends who moved
mhm,
recently, like before he
mhm,
moved, him and his one of his friends, we were like all just sort of camping out at his place because
mhm,
like he had this big property with land
mhm,
and we it's like we got like this he had like this charcoal grill or something
mhm.
and like he seasoned the crap out of this steak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was and like because he likes to season his steak, but he added more
Mhm.
seasoning, and I'm going, oh god, like
It's all gonna burn.
so then he puts it in there, and then we kind of forget about it a little bit.
Oh no.
He takes it out, and then I eat this thing, and I'm just like, just going, like what is this?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just trying to eat this thing, and the seasoning was just so overpowering and
Yeah,
strong,
yeah.
and I was
Mhm.
just like, I can't finish this. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I like to season my steaks well, but
yeah,
there's a balance between seasoning it well
oh
and
yeah.
overdoing it. Like there very much is.
He
So,
overdone it so much, and I'm just there, like, just my tongue is burning, and just like,
mhm.
and just dreading this, and I'm just like, just give me a drink. I like,
Yeah. I really like to do like an onion garlic like rub on
hmm,
my steak. That's what I really like to do because I
hmm,
feel it lets your steak speak for itself because it's a
yeah,
light seasoning, but I see you have to take a break for 3 minutes.
yeah, yeah. Let's see, but yeah, hey, will stamps. Yeah, break for 3 minutes. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Should we just do like a BRB and just be like, okay, we'll
Yeah,
be
we can do
back?
a BRB and just I can take a break and go get a snack or something.
Yeah, it's like I'll do a BRB for 3 minutes and then like I'll let you talk to chat or something. You
No,
can
I
just
want
talk
to get a
whatever.
snack too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all right. We'll do the BRB and we'll both come back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yee
I might come
BRB.
back a little bit early, but
Yeah, I'll be
where
back.
does she come from? Where does
Where
she
does
go?
she
Where does
come
she come
from?
from, Cotton Eye Joe?
All right. I will be
All right.
back, everybody.
Yep. All right. I will go get up.
Okay,
Hello.
we are back. Alright, was that 3 minutes? I hope it was.
No, what?
But alright. So we've definitely talked a crap ton about food.
Mhm.
I never expected to talk a lot about food.
I really
But
like food, so I guess it's just kind of natural that if I am conversing, then food will come up.
yeah. It's like, welcome to the chat. Is it Katsuo?
Yeah, it's katsu.
Yeah, Katsuo. Alright. It's like welcome in. I think it's like I guess one thing like I've always looked at is wanting to let the viewers ask questions if they've got any. So if you guys in chat do have any questions, feel free to drop them. As always, make sure you're sensible with your questions. So yeah. But also, I guess if Bella has any questions for me, then I'm always up to answer any
Ooh.
questions. it's it's like I guess I'm putting you on the spot with some potential to ask me anything.
What is your favorite animal that you could have as a pet?
Ooh, favorite animal I could have as a pet.
Mhm.
Hmm. I I'm actually really not sure. Like I've never thought about it, but I did used to have a cat years
Mhm.
ago. But unfortunately it passed away when I was about 14.
Mm.
But it lived a long life. It lived a life between
Yeah.
3 owners. So it
Oh
definitely
wow.
had a really long life, and
Mhm.
I think in human years, I think it was like it lived to about over 20 human years.
Holy heck, yeah, that's a long life.
Yeah, it lived a long life. It did not like children. um, so when I was a child, when we
Mhm.
got it, it hated me a lot.
Oh no.
It like I remember the first day we got him,
Mhm.
and literally wanted to just scratch my eyes out pretty much.
Oh no.
And I wasn't exactly the best kid either to play
Mhm.
with a cat, but eventually I grew to just to love it, and
Yeah.
it never wanted to come into my bedroom though.
Oh
It
no.
would never step in my bedroom. Don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
I think it just really didn't like me. But
Yeah.
eventually I became a lot more caring, and
Mhm.
yeah. But I guess if I was to have a pet, like I'd either have another cat, or I would probably have. I've always loved huskies for some reason.
Yeah, huskies are great. They're very energetic though. Oh my god, they get
Yeah.
into so much trouble.
Yeah, like I saw one of my mum's friends had a husky, and
Mhm.
I just loved it the moment I saw it.
Yeah, they're so gorgeous.
Like I've heard they're very high maintenance though.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
Yeah.
very much are. They're crazy dogs.
Yeah. It's like it's like either that or like it's like my friend Zach the Bros, he's got a pug.
Mm.
And it's a very energetic pug.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's always just anytime it sees you, it's just jumping onto you, and it's
Mhm.
just and you try and tell it to sit down, it won't. It will just keep
Oh
wanting to play
no.
around.
Yeah, that's my
Ah,
pupper. She gets very excited when gets to see new people. My cat, on the other hand,
yeah.
is like, please get the hell away from me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna hide under the bed. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like that was what my cat was kind of like. Like our cat
Mhm.
was just a normal black cat,
Mhm.
and it would just lay around anywhere. It would just chill, and if you started annoying it, it would just start looking at you, just like really angry, just like no, just
I
don't bother
will
me.
claw you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I think, but yeah, either probably a husky or a cat would probably be what I would go for. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess like since like and like I know you've already mentioned you got a pet, but what would be the ideal pet that you would want?
Hmm. I guess I don't know if you'd call it a pet,
Hmm.
but I really want a horse.
Ah.
I guess people do call them pets.
Yeah.
But I really want to own a horse. I want to take care of a
Hmm.
horse. I don't
Yeah.
care if the horse doesn't want to be ridden or has an injury or something and can't be ridden. I just
Yeah.
want a horsey. I just want to be the horse girl that you fucking grew up with in school and you're like, that girl's
Hmm.
fucking weird. She's the horse girl. That's me. I want that to be me.
Yeah. Just have the horse like just look after it and yeah. Yeah, that'd be
They're
nice.
very sweet animals, and there is such a thing as like horse therapy.
Hmm.
Horses are very empathetic and caring and stuff.
Hmm.
So they are a very nice animal to have like as a pet. It's
Okay.
just people don't really think of it because we see them as like to be ridden or to be used for work or to be used for like showing, you know?
Yeah.
People don't really think of, hey, you can also have this animal as a pet too,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, that's true. Like, I know some people here probably like the idea of having a kangaroo as a pet, but it probably wouldn't
Oh
happen.
god, no.
It wouldn't happen because like it's like kangaroos like if you can tame one, then yeah, you'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely have a nice kangaroo pet. But I don't even know if it's legal here to have a kangaroo as a pet. But
Mm-hmm.
like I remember I was like walking around like this nature reserve area near one of my friends' places, and literally you could look in the distance and there was wild kangaroos,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like a bunch of them, and we were just there going, do we just stay away from them? Like
What do we do?
because
Yeah, kangaroos kind of fucking scare me because they're unpredictable.
they are. It's like some of them, like very rarely you'll find in my area that you'll have one kangaroo just somehow go loose somewhere, and
Mm-hmm.
it will like end up in one of your streets somewhere. It,
Mm-hmm.
was, it will literally be bouncing around in somewhere, and I'll be and like you going like, what? How? Where did it come from? Like, but there's a few nature reserves around here, so you'll find every once in a while you'll find a stray kangaroo somewhere,
All
and
right.
you'll probably have to stop for one at some point. I've never
Yeah.
had to, but I know my mum had to once. Stop
Mm-hmm.
because there was a kangaroo on the road at 4 a.m. in the morning when she was trying to go to work, and
Yeah.
if you don't stop, the kangaroo will probably just be in the middle of
Mess
the
up your
road.
car.
Yeah. So you had to like stop and kind of just hope it just walked away, pretty much.
Yeah. My dad on the way to work, has hit multiple deer that have just
Oh,
come darting out of a field and just
damn.
have smashed up his truck, like with
Wow.
their antlers, just completely destroyed the front end of it. So
Wow.
yeah.
It's like I know like there's a saying here in Australia that everything or that everyone knows is like everything's out to kill you sort of thing, but it's not
Mhm.
necessarily true. Like it's like yeah, you'll definitely find spiders here, but
Mhm.
you most of the time will be like 90% of the time fine pretty much. Like if you get like a
Just don't
spider,
go out in the middle of nowhere.
don't go in the middle of nowhere. If you find a spider in your house, just either leave it or
That
literally
bitch is dead.
or it's that yeah, that bitch is dead. Like it's like I just remember this one story where I was at work and I
Mhm.
walked into the office and I was just like, "Oh, hello, this big giant spider. Like it was a bit of a fat. It was a fat one. It was probably about that big.
No, I don't like. I
It
don't
was.
like it when bugs are big.
It's a huge one, and it was a
I
fat
would
boy.
throw a ginormous book at it, honestly.
It was just sitting on like printer paper, and I was just like, I'm just gonna leave you there. I'm not gonna deal with you. And my IT manager, he walks in, and he's just like, "Oh, did you see that spider?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm just like, "I'm not touching that thing." and and we thought maybe it's dead. Let's
No,
but it wasn't dead. But my IT manager grabbed a broom and basically tapped the paper, and it started crawling and moving. And I was like, oh no. And I was just like, it was starting to crawl across the floor, and I was like, I grabbed my legs up onto my chair. I'm like, yeah, no, thanks. And luckily he was able to just pick it up and take it outside, pretty much. I was thankful for that, because I was like, oh god. But
yeah, big bugs, no thank you.
It's
I
a
do
no
not
thank
like
you.
big bugs.
But here's another
like,
interesting one.
Yeah.
So, not spider related though, but I think most people may have seen. I don't know if you've seen many Australian memes, you'll find there's like the magpie, and
Okay.
and there's the saying of swooping season, because when magpies here go into breeding season, they become very defensive and they will attack anything pretty much. So I was out doing an Instagram live during lockdown, walking around, and literally this magpie out of nowhere just starts swooping at me. Literally swooping. And I'm like just trying to avoid it, going like I'm like basically saying fuck off, go away.
Yeah.
And I got it on footage, so I do have that Instagram live up. So if you ever find it, you'll see me getting swooped by a magpie. Normally I'm pretty tame with magpies.
I got attacked by a blue jay once. I was at my cousin's birthday party, and a blue jay just came down and dived right into me and hit me. And I'm just like, whoa, what the heck's going on? And I was like panicking, and then it started to like fly away and go turn and to take another dive at me. And my uncle, oh my god, I feel so bad, but my uncle's like got a baseball bat and like smacked it with a baseball bat, and it just went flying away. It was like, shit, I'm not coming here no more.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was fucking attacking me. I don't know what to do in that situation. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, like when it comes to magpies here, most of the time they usually attack you if they feel like you've sort of stepped in their territory a bit.
Yeah.
But like most of the time I'm pretty tame with magpies, because like magpies usually, at least in previous seasons, I've always fed them. So they usually are very tame. And we had a few come into our backyard one year, and they brought their babies, and they were chill.
So cute.
They were so cute, and one of them actually came into our house. Got into our house. And it was a little bit dangerous though, because it was only a baby. And it was cool that it came into the house, but I didn't even notice. And it walked into my granddad's part of the house, and literally just started flying around the ceiling fan. And I'm just like, oh no. So literally it hit its wing on the ceiling fan. And we were just like, oh shit, like, cause it had like blood stains, and I was like, oh no. So we tried to help it out a little bit, and then we brought it back outside, and we're like, okay, you're not coming inside again.
Yeah, no,
like,
no more
that's
inside
a no.
time.
So then we sent it away. But
Mm.
yeah, it was crazy. And I see that redeem you put there. It's like, it's like this redeem. I'm just like,
I
It's
mean,
like
it's there. I
it,
did it.
it's
You
there.
gotta do it now.
It's like I always hate doing this one because it's like I like the laugh of it, but then I'm always embarrassed afterwards with it. But all right, I'll do a nya for you. It's
Thank
like
you.
nya nya. It's like nya nya. That's my nya redeem. I'm not good at it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a better one. So anyone in chat, next time I stream, we'll just get Bella to come into the stream each time and do this redeem.
Sound effect alert.
Sound effect Bella. Just imagine if I had a soundboard with just your it's like I know it's like my heart. Yes. Then yeah. It's like anytime Bella yells, I die. I die inside because of how good it is. Because of how good it is, I just die. It just my death is always inevitable.
No, I do not mean to kill you.
It's like you kill me with cuteness. And then I
killing
just die.
with kindness, but it's cuteness instead.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah, it's legit better. Like I haven't actually checked my redeems in a while to see what redeems I've got up there, so I'm kind of nervous now.
I scrolled through them.
It's like I'm just genuinely nervous now. What redeems can be pulled up? I just kind of go, just ready, just to die more.
I didn't know whether I wanted to do nya or make a random sound.
Make a random sound is worse, to be honest, because I never know what to come up with, so I either just end up yeeting or something. And I'm always worried because it's like if my parents are in the house, they'll just hear me like scream out a yeet or something, and they'll probably just be like, "What are you doing in there?
What the hell's going on up there?"
It's like, what's going on? But yeah, the nya redeem's not the worst though. I did used to have a redeem to put the cat ears on, but
that's what that cat ear picture was.
Yes, but that was originally it was gonna be just for the 100 follower celebration I did, and then I sort of was like, maybe I'll keep it for like a 10-minute redeem, and then I kind of was like, well, I don't know what to say. I think I'm gonna leave this to special streams now. Just only on the occasion, I'll pull out the cat ears. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll bring it back fully or something. But I gotta come up with some cool redeem ideas.
Confidence back.
Yes, because my confidence is a thing that very much goes up and down a lot.
I mean, I feel like that's it for most people, is that it fluctuates.
Yeah, it's like I just remember like because I did a Minecraft stream one time with Mo Mayumi, and this was like our first ever collab, the first time we interacted, and basically it became like the duo similar to Iron Mouse and CWVA. Pretty much that's the duo vibe that we both gave off. So everyone just started shipping us two all the time.
Oh no.
And then like anytime it's like we love it though, to a degree. We do love it.
Okay.
Or at least I do. I don't know how Mo feels about it. I hope that I hope she likes that. I don't know. That's what the fans want. But at the same time, like it's like anytime I see compliments in the chat, especially from Mo now, I always kind of just go, how do I respond to this? I don't know how to feel about this. It's like my heart can't take it. My heart just doesn't take compliments super well.
Yeah, I don't take compliments too well either.
It's like I just get left kind of speechless the whole time.
Yeah, I'm very wishy-washy about accepting compliments, about whether or not I'll accept them. And then after I accept them, I'm like, do I believe this
Do
or
you
do I
believe?
just kind of shrug it off?
Yeah, it's like at first I sort of shrugged it off, and like I've grown better to accept compliments over time. I've
Mhm.
grown better, but I'm still kind of just like, what? How do I do
Yeah,
this?
how did I earn this compliment? What's going on?
Yeah. Hmm. Either way, I think there's not much else. I think we could keep going and talking, but I feel like we're just gonna be starting to bore the chat probably. Like, chat will.
Perhaps, yeah.
It's like, man, we've done over 2 hours of
Yeah, we
chatting.
sure have.
Like, I was expecting maybe an hour and a half, and we'd be done. We'd be like, yep, that's it.
No, we should. Two
But
hours.
we've nailed it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think we'll end the stream here. So, as always, I guess if anyone does have any last questions to provide to us, we will answer those. If not, then we will end stream. So make
Last call, chat.
last call, last and final call. I guess nothing is coming yet. So I think
Chat has nothing to say.
chat has nothing to say. It's been a sort of active but quiet chat today. I think everyone's just listening in.
Yeah.
So everyone's just kind of going, let's just watch, chill, and vibe.
Yeah, comfy stream.
Comfy times.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's where we'll end it. So, as always, thank you for coming on, Bella.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's been fun. It's been fun doing the first episode of the Team Cola podcast, and I'm honored
Yeah,
that
I
you were
had
able to
fun
come on.
here. Hmm.
So, yeah, I think we'll end the stream here. So thank you guys so much for tuning into today's stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and as always, I guess as well, if anyone does have any suggestions for who episode two's guest should be, then let me know, because we'll definitely try and sort something. So, yeah. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.
Bye bye.
See you later.